Welcome back for part 2 of this review, folks. Hope you're all well. And we are now going to be here far longer. And I mean that. Nobody's getting involved in the way of this one. We are now going to go back into the reviewing of Wrestle Kingdom, and we're just going to go straight back into where we were. So, simply put, where we last were, we were talking about the main event and we were talking about the match itself. Well, actually, I'm going to go a little bit further than that, so we're going to do a whole lot more. And just to keep me focused and all that, I'm going to do some matches as well whilst I talk about it. So, I'm not talking about WWE, I'm not talking about any of this, I'm just going to be chilling on this game because it will keep me distracted. So, when we broke off, we were talking about the Wrestle Kingdom 19 main event, and quite simply put, there was so much missing from the show and the card itself that it did lack a little bit of spark to it. And I, for one, think it could have been done a little bit differently if they had just gave it time, but instead they didn't, and that's the problem that is missing. So, basically, the card itself was throughout solid. It was solid throughout. There was good matches, there was a good order, it could have been a little bit better. Some matches ran too long, and the main event just didn't make the right feel for challenger and champion. So this is where it's going to get more interesting and where it's going to be more, so we're going to go full in on this one, and I'm just going to brush it up and carry on with it. So the opening match obviously was the ladder match. We spoke about that. I thought it was a good opening. I thought it was a good pace. The match certainly lived up to the expectations, but it should have got more time. And I think that's where I would have spread some of the time across for some matches that were either too long or too short. And that's where I'm going to reiterate my point about where Wrestle Kingdom was and where it wasn't. Now, for a show that deserved more attendance, the good as you get in that way. It's not a slam on the organisation that they couldn't get it. In the first part, Catherine made a great point that maybe it's the economy. It may not be as strong right now, hence why they didn't get a bigger sellout. And I think that's reasonable. But I also think it's because when you look at the show, the main event talent isn't in the main event, and that hampers a match, or it hampers a show structure. It takes away the further events that are coming up, and that does not do it justice. And that's something that they need to get back in a way, and I think that's what's key. And if you can get that back, then there's certainly a fun time to it. The matches themselves weren't awful, by the way. Like, some of them could have been better, though. I did reiterate that some of them could have been better, and some of them didn't even need to be there. Like Takeshita versus Shingo Takagi was a great match. It was a great match. But did we need it to be title versus title? No. Did we need Takahashi versus Naito to go 17 minutes? No, we didn't. And unfortunately, that's what we were dealt with. But that's a manner of how the show was booked. Which, in a way, is a positive and a negative. My feelings, however, are slightly more on the obtuse side of the card and the angles that we got. What can you improve on a show that was there? Because it's only in hindsight. You know what I mean? It's only in hindsight where you get that feel. And that's the inclination that I'm getting. It's purely hindsight reaction. But I'm not reacting in such a way that it's going to take away the effort. Because it wasn't a bad show. In fact, it was actually well done. It's just when you're booking a big pay-per-view event like that, you absolutely must get the flow right. Otherwise, what's the point? And they got that wrong. The women's title match, for example, was in the wrong place. It was too short, and it was not fitting that you could get a worthwhile position out of each other, and that, in a way, that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad in a way. Now, I, for one, really liked the Fatal 4-Way. I mentioned that in part 1. Before I had to wrap up sooner than I'd liked. I did like the Fatal 4-Way. I think the talent, Ryohei Oiwa, Ren Narita, Jeff Cobb, and new champion El Phantasmo, who won the match. That's your blend for multi-man matches. It's a good blend, it fits the division, and it protects the division for the next few years. Especially because it's only 15-minute max matches. This match went 10 minutes. If you can find your right level of stars in the match and you can get the flow going, then you're great. And that especially is what happened in the Fatal 4-Way. The level of ring psychology was shown very well done. I spoke about ring psychology in the first part. And that is key. It was central throughout the show. But also, I did pose a question, and I'm going to ask it again to everyone that is watching. So those that are watching, welcome to the stream. Hello there. Should every wrestling match include a finishing move and a signature maneuver? I was in the same opinion as Catherine. The answer for me is no. any match can be won in different ways. I mentioned Bret Hart's run to the King of the Ring final and how he won it without his sharpshooter, and I mentioned The Undertaker versus Kane at Judgment Day 1998. You didn't need that at all. But I've also got another example where you don't necessarily need the finish, but the finish comes at the end. But it's about building to it, and it's the Iron Man match, ironically. Michaels versus Bret Hart. The sharpshooter didn't happen until the final minute. Now, it was building to it, but it was a final minute moment. And it leads to the post-match angle and then the restart. And that is how you build a wrestling match. Now, there's also great examples that New Japan have had. I look at last year, I look at Naito's main event with Sonata. That was a good main event, and it captures you in a different way. But you need to maintain a strong follow-up, and this was the right way to do it. And I actually think when you look at this Fatal 4-Way, this Fatal 4-Way had it in abundance, and I'm glad. The only thing, though, is when we got to the lumberjack match, it's also misleading. Now, it is Tanahashi's career on the line, and he does win the match, and it does set up a good match angle where Shibata saves him from the post-match assault. He does save him from the post-match assault by the House of Torture, and then he challenges Tanahashi to Wrestle Dynasty tomorrow in a 5-minute exhibition rules match, because New Japan will still never let him wrestle again. What I'm saying is, this match, when you actually look at it, it's set on the actual promotional poster for this match, it says Lumberjack Death Match. So it doesn't actually obey the rules of a death match. It's just one fall to a finish with lumberjacks. So it's already misleading. But it has every signature, every finisher that both men use, and it overdoes it in a way, and that is a problem. I don't like that it steals away from what they could have done, because Tanahashi is the ace of New Japan. He's a great wrestler. Evil is a strong heel. He was presented like a blockbuster heel with the dark light spread across the Tokyo Dome. He had the hood, like the Hellraiser, Hell's Angel type thing. It was quite cool. And Tanahashi came out, as he does, the president, the ace of the company, presented like every strong babyface is. And he does go over. But he should have went over in a different way. I actually would have preferred if Tanahashi had won by a roll-up, because the roll-up actually would sharpen up Evil in a way where you're now, it's just a one and done now. You won't see Evil versus Tanahashi again. Like, there's no more matches between them. I actually think it could have been better if it was a roll-up, then Evil would have challenged them again. Then you have a stipulation. Like, I don't know, a tables match. But it's happened. Going back over another match that really was unnecessary. So Shingo Takagi versus Konosuke Takeshita for both the Never Openweight Championship and the AEW International title. It was done wrong. Now the winner obviously would hold both titles, and they would face the Stone Pitbull himself tomorrow at Wrestle Dynasty. Tomohiro Ishii will face the winner for 2 titles, and instead it was just done wrong. Like, it should have been, in my opinion, promotional match between 2 talents.
Okay, already we get it. Stop looking for adulation for the crowd and get back into the fight. And would you look at that? He could be well on his way to escaping the steel cage. Oh, it's not safe being up there. All progress up the cage comes to an end.
I would have done it as Shingo representing New Japan versus Takeshita representing AEW and DDT. And whoever would have lost that match would have had to defend their title against Ishii at Wrestle Dynasty. It's something different. Like, whoever would have lost would have had to defend their title. Not as a disrespect, but, well, you lost, so you've got to put up now. But instead we have, as I said, Takeshita won with the spinning Falcon Arrow. There was a interesting moment where the Dragon Bomber lariat is hit by Takagi on Takeshita. Takeshita goes down for a 1 count, kicks out. We then get back and forth Poison Ranas, which is a fable thing in New Japan, the back and forth. Takeshita's the one that gets hit second, but he gets straight back up and hits an elbow to the back of the head on Takagi, and it just feels like we don't always need those same spots. Like, there's other ways to do it, but I just think that took it away. And it is, however, I will say this, it is an incredible visual of Takeshita holding both title belts, and he is going to retain tomorrow. I don't see him losing. But it just shows that his incredible 2024 will definitely continue into 2025, whatever that will be. Whatever he'll have in store, it's gonna happen. Like, I'm certain of that. Excuse me.
Placing them right where they want them, into the corner. Stop floating and put your attention back to the match. Gotta hurt. Mr. Perfect retaliates. Mr. Perfect, he's looking for a point. This isn't just great. Sure, he's pumping himself up, but he's also giving his opponent a chance to recover. Snapmare. Perfectly executed.
And ironically, what I'm doing in this match is proving my point about using so many finishes or signatures to win, which you don't need. And that's what I got from this match, is it was filled with them. Didn't need them, and it just absorbed the manner of the match, and it could have been just a little bit more. Instead, we got the overdone signature finisher offense, and it ripped it away.
And he did it! Big win inside the cage. Here are your winners, the team of Mr. Perfect and Ricky the Dragon.
Not gonna lie, I was very surprised about the length of time certain matches were afforded at Wrestle Kingdom. Some of them longer than they deserved. But when you look at what you got from the show, it did at least provide a special level of enjoyment to specific talent who don't get an opportunity as much. And this is what I said about the Fatal 4-Way that I like so much. The Fatal 4-Way actually represented talent getting more than what they could bargain for. And it's why it was good to see the continuation of a rivalry in the shortest match on the card, but perhaps the one that changed the dynamic of the show, and that's Iwatani versus Azumi. It was so short, but it changed the dynamic. It allowed both talents to just visibly appear and grow. Now, the main event is where, sadly, some things need to be discussed. Now, the main event is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shota Umino for the IWGP World title. This match isn't awful by a long shot. It's not. But what it is the wrong way to use a talent, and the person in question that's used wrong is the champion. He is not particularly renowned for 40-minute or 40+ minute matches. He works that 15-minute to 20-minute threshold, because that's what he was doing for over a year as the champion, like the TV champion. It got him into his own. It showcased his ability as a TV worker and how he can fit that kind of match formula, and it kind of stole away that essence, you know, and I think that's what's unfortunate, because you can't take that away from someone, you know, like it's It's a killer.
And hit him with a shot to the face. Series of reversals. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Counters on top of counters.
And it's unfortunate what I had to witness in that match when there's so... obviously Zack Sabre Jr. is a technical wrestler and he does work the limbs a lot, and he does like to exploit the weakness of the opponent, and he likes to break their body apart. But in a world title main event, that's not how it should be. The world title main event is supposed to have more than that. It's supposed to have the talent be in a level of jeopardy, and I didn't get it in this match. I didn't get my jeopardy. Instead, I got the champion having to work in a way that didn't suit, and it stole a special blend, which is a shame, really. Now, when I mentioned in the first the first stream that I did earlier on, I mentioned ring psychology, and this is where Shota Umino is lost, because Shota right now is not in the right. He's not in a good place, and he's been asked to work main event championship programs, or just a main event program, and this is coming from someone who is a fan of his. He shouldn't be in those programs, you know? Like, right now, I can name 4 or 5 different talents who I think should be in the main event scene for New Japan. One of them did lose tonight. Well, lose today. And that's David Finlay. He lost his IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship to Yota Tsuji. But Yota is another one who should be in the world title scene, because he actually is. He's actually more of a star. David Finlay, I think, is going to be one of the next IWGP World Champions. I can just see it. He just gets it. It actually would be the right step up for him. Like, there's talent that actually makes sense in a main event, and David Finlay does. He understands New Japan. I think Gabe Kidd is another. And I think his match against Kenny Omega tomorrow will prove why. So stay tuned for that one. I think even though he's in AEW, Ricochet is actually a very solid main event choice for Zack Sabre Jr. I don't want to see him win the title again, but Evil fits the main event scene as well. Like, that's where you need to get your blend. That's what you need to maintain. Otherwise, they will not get any better. So I'm hoping that this match today, this main event has given the likes of Tanahashi and the AEW bookers confidence that Shota won't be in their main event scene for a while. Because if he is back in the main event scene very soon, then I'm iffy by what's going to happen next. And I say that not as a disrespect to Shota, I like him. It's just that right now he's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And we see the attention being put on the torso area. One quarter of this
And
match is behind us. These competitors
that's a dangerous thing to have.
to give them the upper hand. Opportunity now for Rhea to capture some momentum. If Ripley was Rhea Ripley with the win, with the riptide. Wow, Ripley got her. Two. It wasn't enough. She kicked out. I don't know what more you have to do to keep Rhea Ripley down here. And there is a look of utter shock covering the face of Rhea.
I'd like to know what people thought of Wrestle Kingdom though. Like, did you like it?
These superstars. Reversal. What a counter.
Did you not like it? Like, what would you have changed? For me, I would have changed the match order.
Mommy's brutality.
I think Takeshita versus Takagi was on the wrong show anyway.
It's a matter of wills now.
If you're going to have those two, just do it Wrestle Dynasty instead of Wrestle Kingdom.
No inch has been given.
We don't need Ishii to face the winner.
And down. Kick to the gut. Here it comes.
I think that's what they could have done, you know?
Ripley felt every bit of that. Two. And she gets
That's just my opinion. Like, if you think I'm wrong, by all means say that I'm wrong, but I think that would have been much better. I would have given more time to the women, because they deserved it, because it was a great match. I would have given more time to the ladder match, and I would have reduced to the teams anyway. I would have taken out Catch 22, and I would have taken out Bullet Club War Dogs, and just kept Kevin Knight and Kushida, and I would have kept Kosei Fujita, and I would have kept Robbie Eagles in the match and just made a one-on-one ladder match. And I would have made it close to 20 minutes.
scooped up. Tilt-a-whirl slam. Drop kick. Beautiful. She got the
I would have given them close to 20 minutes because I think they deserved that. The women should have got 15 minutes, regardless.
She gets the score.
Takahashi versus Naito went far too long as well, which is not helpful. Like, Naito sadly isn't what he used to be. He's not in the best physical condition. So I think, quite frankly, they should have kept that below 15 minutes. And the world title match, if you don't get the right feel, take away the time, let them work less.
Well-timed offense.
25 to 30 minutes would have been fine.
New game plan quick before it's lights out. Another reversal. Eye for an eye here.
The best match on the card was absolutely, though, it was by far Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay. Those two actually knew what they were doing. The rhythm was right. The match flow was perfect. The champion getting that key outside the ring offense. He just did it right, and it was good to see the babyface go over. And go over in style. That speed off the ropes to hit the Gene Blaster spear was great. The countering on both moves were great. Like, that's what I want to see.
She wants to finish this.
It didn't happen in most matches, but it did in that one, and that's the one where it was done right. The post-match angle of the lumberjack misled match was great to get a match for tomorrow. Like, that is crucial. That's continuity.
And she dodged that one nicely. Just look at the power of Rhea Ripley. Oh, an electric chair facebuster.
And just like any promotion, I will praise where it goes right and I'll praise where it goes wrong.
She has scored a fall late in the match. And now in the most dangerous area inside the cell. And now she's going right up the side of the cell. Makes it look easy. Well, this looks like one of those
But I'm going to just put a question in the chat.
what you gotta do to win this thing. Guys, jump off it and come down and land on the person to win the match. Interrupting their climb on the cell, forced to do battle on the side of this demonic structure. One mistake could be your undoing here.
But please do also like, share and subscribe to the channel. Your comments, your engagement, your involvement is what makes this channel. Our community, our viewers, our contributors. You're more than welcome to join this channel as well. Not in the paying sense, but I mean like, if you'd like to appear on shows, you're absolutely welcome. Because I would absolutely love to have more people throughout the year join in the product that we're making. Because that's my aim this year, is just to continue to grow with us. And I am deadly serious about that. Like, anyone who wants to appear on the channel this year, you are absolutely welcome. I am back indeed, yes. Doing it a little bit differently, so just so I don't have to jump on the PC. Like, I've just jumped on the PlayStation so I can just distract my brain a little bit. But it's good to see you, Catherine. If you've got any questions about Wrestle Kingdom, please do ask them away. Anything you'd like to talk about, in particular about the show, I absolutely have got all eyes on that one, so please do ask away. Just saying there, how much as I like Zack Sabre Jr., I think the way he was asked to work the card with Shota doesn't work. It actually steals away his ability to work a match, and I think it was just over the top. I think it was too long. And I think you have to really think about who does what in a match and their position, their place. I thought that match was incredible, and I agree, it should have been the main event. It was the best match on the card as well. I think he has to take the world title. I think Zack would have been better as a global champion, to be honest, than world champion, even though he's done the world title well since he's won it. I think he's just in the wrong position. So I'm going to have to one-hand this version. Whilst I'm drinking a bottle of Yazoo. 7 people watching. Hello there. Now, yes, I am playing 2K24, but I am still reviewing Wrestle Kingdom 19, so do not fret. This will be Wrestle Kingdom reviewing all the way through. So what would you guys like to discuss about the show? Also, which match did you like the most? Which match did you dislike the most?
It's amazing how strong Rhea Ripley is. Electric chair face buster.
I would like to reaffirm the match that I disliked the most. The one I disliked the most especially was Naito versus Takahashi. Even though I'm a big Naito fan, I'm a big Takahashi fan. I didn't like that one the most because it went too long, and it didn't help that Naito isn't what he once was. So they made him work longer than he should have, which meant that there's no enjoyment at the very end. But it did have an amazing moment of the salute. The best presentation though excuse me, The best presentation though in terms of match and entrance probably was Tanahashi and Evil's entrances, but the best overall was Finlay versus Tsuji. It just looked great, and also that fedora that Yota chose to wear was really cool. What do you think about the 2026 Royal Rumble being in Saudi? I think it's fucking disgraceful, if you ask me. People are going to laugh up saying, oh yeah, we can watch at a reasonable time. But I think it's fucking useless. I think it's stupid. It's just any excuse to get more blood money. Why would you put it in Saudi Arabia? I'm sorry, but no. I disagree with it altogether. I'm not going to praise it. That'd be like Wrestle Kingdom going over to China. Or doing a Wrestle Kingdom in France, you know? It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going to praise the Saudis getting the Royal Rumble. I physically hate the decision, and it just shows that they've got no respect. Like, they have no respect at all. Oh yeah, there's going to be a WrestleMania there in 2028. I think 2028 is when they get the WrestleMania for the first time. And it's pointless.
She's making her way up the side of the cell. Remember though, what goes up must come down, and sometimes it's the coming down part that gets you.
And in a way, it actually does highlight a few things. That's the kind of money that New Japan needs, so they can maintain talent on contracts, but also attract new talent. Like, those are things that they're missing, that they can look to get. If they get them, I don't know, but they need to tie talents down, like a Gabe Kidd, David Finlay. They need to extend their contracts.
It doesn't get any closer than that without the bell ringing. Impressive defense stops Ripley.
If they do, of course, that's the difference. What do you... It also means as well, this Royal Rumble, I think it means that CM Punk is winning this one this year. Because there's no way he's going to go to Saudi. So I think they've kind of spoiled who wins this year's Rumble. Fitting well NWA. Why the NWA?
Muscling up their opponent. Driven down face first. Is it enough? The cover. 2. She gets the shoulder up. You got a question. How much is it worth? How much is it worth to continue through the agony? It's obviously worth everything. Obviously worth every drop of sweat on the ground. Oh, well scouted by Ripley. Listen to this place.
Fair enough. I did like the fact that he actually... Apparently he made an audible that was to actually put Yota over, because apparently he was going to retain at Wrestle Kingdom. Apparently that was the plan, that he was going to retain the title, and he said actually no, it's time for Yota. Because David Finlay felt it was time for him to move up as well. And I actually respect that. Like, I actually respect that he did that.
Flapjack. Gosh, landing face first. 3/4 is Iron Man. Oh, we know what's coming up next. Ripley's got her hook. There's the riptide.
Because not many would do that as well.
There's two, and a kick out. No one saw that coming. That was amazing. The word quit is not in Rhea Ripley's vocabulary. Ripley needs to become a little bit more brutal to close this one out. Taking it to the shoulder. Rhea Ripley locking in the prism trap. Submission locked in. The pressure is on. And there's the tap. Come on now, ref. Make her let it go.
I'm actually surprised that I've lost so many falls. But this is another thing as well, actually. There was something about Wrestle Kingdom that was actually quite off as well, and I was wondering if you noticed this, Catherine. Because this is something that I noticed quite a lot. Apart from, obviously, the ladder match and the New Japan Kidango match that was on the pre-show, there wasn't a lot of false finishes.
Looking to force her opponent to quit. Trying to get her to tap out. Oh, I don't think there is. And there it is.
Why is it not fucking letting me try to break this? What the hell? But I don't think there was a lot of false finishes.
And now she comes up with a score late in the match.
Which is very surprising to me when it comes to New Japan. There's normally a lot.
Oh, no, there could be trouble lurking for her with this submission maneuver. Abdominal stretch.
Normally there's a lot of false finishes, but there wasn't a lot of them. Which makes me wonder, are they trying to go away from it? Because if so, that's very, very different.
We could be seeing a submission here. Stunning display of power. This Iron Man match. And there she goes. She's saying, I quit. Sharp knee. She covers for the pin.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Catherine?
Late in the match, and she has scored. Boom. A leg drop.
Like, did you like it? There was not a lot of false finishes. I mean, in a way, I'm not sure if I like it or if I don't like it, or I'm just there.
Late in the match, she scores a fall.
Like, I'm still trying to deliberate.
Oh, look at this. Hair pull mat slam. And Ripley gets some
Yeah.
brutality thrown her way now. The Freya one from the top.
It definitely gives more to
And there's Ripley making another last.
the flow of the match. It is stronger when there's
Might be tasting the blood in the water.
less false finishes, but also it does take away of who's actually going to win right there and then. Wait, where's the expectation coming from? I think that's certainly a big moment.
And another counter. Rhea isn't taking this lying down anymore. But Ripley still.
Yeah,
Missile drop kick. This could do it.
it 100% does.
She's still in this and scores the late fall.
Also, Catherine, if you would like, and also please reach out to Matthew Shelton as well if you want. For the Wrestle Dynasty review tomorrow, you're more than welcome to join as well. JW, how are you, sir?
She's able to get out of the way. Chokes.
I haven't seen you in a wee while, my friend. How are you?
Taken aback by that attack. Yeah, Rhea needs to dig
I hope you're keeping well. Happy New Year to you as well.
slam, making it look easy.
Oh, and also I've got to say that same to you as well, Catherine. Happy New Year as well.
Fire for Rhea. And now the road is no long. She's got it. Got her shoulders down. With that, she picks up a fall late in the match. Oh,
See how many finishes, well, how many falls I can get before the end of the match.
Not down and out yet. Oh, we know what's coming up next. Ripley's got her hook. Ripley cover. 2. She's still in this and scores the late fall.
Right, there's 10. For 10 matches, we're now at 10 falls.
Electric chair. This is scary. Turns it into a face buster. She's going for it.
Yes, I will be.
With that, she picks up a fall late in the match. Improving a bit slippery for
I'll be doing the Rumble, I'll be doing TNA Genesis. I'll be doing all of them. Oh, you're a top man, JW. What are we playing? I'll go back and watch.
right to the throat. Great move. And Ripley dishing out even more punishment. Yeah, Ripley can fly. What a splash. Ripley can't escape this pressure. And the upper hand belongs to Rhea Ripley. Takedown. Oh, love out of nowhere. Digging deep for a kick out. Both competitors.
Thank God I kicked out of that one.
To keep this match going. Ooh, what a forearm club.
Now I've got a 6-point lead.
Up and around to the world slam. And Ripley
I may as well hit this myself, I've not used it yet.
looking to force her opponent into submission. The prism trap visit. Look at the power of the nightmare. There it is. There's the tap out. Probably tapping to preserve herself for the remainder of the match.
That was another thing as well. I didn't like that they used... I mentioned earlier on about the Kidango Battle Royal. I didn't like as well that they kept using Sanada for DQ moments, and then Tai Chi got disqualified once with the low blow. But obviously that led to Sanada eliminating himself so he doesn't get caught. But that really was fucking stupid.
And Ripley still inflicting damage late into the battle. Yeah, Rhea shows like a... And gets the win, but at what cost?
And I didn't like as well that there just wasn't enough attempts at submissions as well. There wasn't many.
Most outstanding efforts we've ever witnessed. The length of this match was daunting, but they stayed the course. This is definitely not the way.
What can I say? I'm a technical wrestler at heart. Maybe I'm just salty.
It's straightforward in a submission match. You have to make your opponent submit. Corey, what's the key to this matchup? Well, it's important to remember that it's submission only. Sometimes in the throes of battle, a competitor goes on instinct and tries a pinning combination. We've seen that before, but Byron, the only thing that matters is making your opponent tap. And to do so, you have to be relentless in weakening part of an opponent's body.
But I did think there was not a lot of technical wrestling on display on the, apart from like Zack Sabre Jr. and TJP. I don't think there was an awful lot of that on the card. There's more of that at Wrestle Dynasty, to be honest, and I think that's a bit of a letdown. So I certainly want to see more of that. But there will be tomorrow at Wrestle Dynasty, which I will be reviewing. So I hope everyone who comes to watch that tomorrow will enjoy it. And I'm hoping that we'll have some guests for that show as well. But some pros and cons for Wrestle Kingdom. So pro number 1, Zack Sabre Jr. is still world champ. Pro 2, David Finlay and Yota Tsuji are now going to be in a much different position on the card. that helps them. Pro 3, the El Desperado won his title back, so it means the junior heavyweight title is going to be a little bit more prominent. Number 4, the women's match has already given them a benefit of what the women can do when you book it properly. Number 5, Number 5. What can I say as a 5th one? Oh yeah, the TV title is in safe hands with El Fantasma. It's good that they've got that right. Cons, the Never Openweight Championship is not with a New Japan talent, so it kind of takes away its attention. Number 2, Dookie's injured again, which is not great. Number 3, the crowd attendance didn't justify the hard work the talent put in. And the last one, the match card was not in the best order. In too many matches got more than they needed, when it took away a little bit of momentum from the good matches. Well, the great matches, I should say, compared to good.
And this one might be headed ringside. Elbow throw.
Oh, and actually, you know what? I'm going to praise it because I thought it was, in the end, I've deliberated. I really liked it. The presentation of the top stars actually looked great, and the lack of false finishes was excellent. So there's 7 pros and 5 cons. Oh shit, we broke his neck again. Call the cops. Another Boston Crab, center of the ring. But what were your pros and cons of Wrestle Kingdom, folks? What did you like, what did you not like, and if you could change anything on the card, what would you change? For me, I would have changed the title versus title match. I would have shortened the main event. I would have shortened Naito versus Takahashi, and I would have gave more time to the women's match. I would have gave more time to the ladder match, and I would have gave more time to Finlay versus Tsuji, with that as the main event. Because I do have that opinion with Catherine. To be fair, going into the show, I thought that would have been the main event anyway. It was going to main event Wrestle Dynasty, which would have made more sense. I liked that Takeshita won. I just don't think it needed to be title versus title. But I thought the visual of him holding 2 titles is fucking sick though. He had a great 2024, and he's had a great start to 2025, sorry. I'm assuming you're saying this for Raw Monday, Keaton? Because the main event on Raw is going to be a double disqualification. Just saying. Yeah, the Wrestle Kingdom crowd was down by 3,000. I think the main event, they got bored. They got bored by the fact they went far too long. But it's not that they went far too long on purpose, it went far too long because Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't do those kinds of matches. Fair enough. It's still a benchmark pay-per-view for the year as well. That's the funny thing, but I think, weirdly enough, I think tomorrow's show will be better. I watch Wrestle Kingdom every year, but I think, weirdly enough, I think we're going to see a much better card at Wrestle Dynasty. And I'm watching it for a tenner. Both shows for a tenner. Sorted. Enjoy yourself. The card does look good, to be fair, so enjoy it.
This is a juncture where Austin and Hart have to pull out all the stops and do whatever it takes. Both men are showing they can take it and dish it out. Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash.
That's very true.
Saw that one coming.
Let that be known that I lay claim. I still can't make that bald bastard bleed. He's like Ten Hag. He just holds on. He just doesn't want to lose his head.
Makes him pay with a counter. There's a crucifix, nicely done. Stone Cold avoids the attack. Vicious right forearm.
Right now. Bleed, damn it, bleed. There we go, thank you. He's gonna get his bald ass beat.
Oh man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. And Brett gets countered. Reversal after reversal. These two are ready for each other. Austin Reece. The title's in jeopardy here.
He's gonna get some CTE. Oh wait, according to him it doesn't exist.
Hold on a second. Could be a matter of time. Submission being locked in. I think he's got it locked in good. A single leg camel clutch and a great counter. There's a crucifix. Nicely done. What do you say?
Speaking of that, whatever the injury was to Dookie, I hope he's not out for too long. No idea what the injury was though, but I'm hoping he's not out long.
Leaves the ring, but he could lose this match by countout. Stopped them in their tracks with a kick to the gut. European uppercut. The excellence of execution signaling to the WWE Universe now.
Right.
And he gets delivered back into the ring.
Fuck's sake.
Stomping away. Oh, these are just gnarly cross faces. Forearm all across the face. Able to evade. Cross body.
Here we go. Boston Crab again.
Look at the back position. Stone Cold, they tap out. How embarrassing this would be. Can the rattlesnake survive this pain? Can he fight through the agony?
I want to beat him with a sharpshooter.
I'm not really sure why he would let him out right there. Leg drop. Down with the leg drop. He moved, but can he capitalize?
Oh, right in the dick.
Hart gets out of there. There's a crucifix. Nicely done. And you can tell these attacks are disorienting him. Sustained attacks up in that area could cause impaired vision. Oh, foot just stomping down. Can the Hitman do the thing? Texas rattlesnake. Oh, step through. Here it comes. Bret Hart, sharpshooter.
Speaking of which, I didn't say a lot about submissions, but it was nice to see Evil use the sharpshooter at Wrestle Kingdom, the Dark Scorpion as he calls it.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Champion, Bret the Hitman.
Cover Time Pete, thanks very much. I've just subscribed back to you. Thanks very much.
He just cemented his title reign with a gutsy performance.
Ooh, he's got Here Comes the Pain videos. He's got some good quality content there. Fair play. Check that channel out. It's actually quite an interesting one. Cover Time Pete, as he's called. I believe he is number 251. Yes, he is my 251st subscriber. Thank you very much. Alright, James. There were some good matches, to be fair. Some of it could have been a little bit better, but it was a good watch. If you've got a chance, watch Wrestle Dynasty tomorrow. See, now the chat's going to kick off because JW is going to talk to James, and he knows James. Now we're gonna kick up some entertainment. Now we're gonna crack in. So get right fucking on it, mate. We'll do some showcase whilst we talk some more stuff, so ask away. Oh, hold on. They get annoyed if we do the little clips.
Warrior wasted no time, rushing at Rude the second he entered.
To think for... Let me see if I got my maths right. This was Ultimate Warrior's best match for, and I'm not kidding, 2 years. Because he didn't have another good match until SummerSlam 1990 against, funnily enough, that was against Rick Rude. And they didn't have another good match after that until he faced Randy Savage. Because, God almighty, did Warrior have awful matches. Still a great fan favourite, obviously, I'm just speaking the truth. Like, I'm not gonna lie to anyone, you know? That would actually be quite funny. Jesus, Rude, you could have hit the target. I hate that. Constant, every time. Thank you. I need to get stamina back, come on. They really got it wrong last night. Like, they got it was stupid. She shouldn't have won it on SmackDown. I think they were quite desperate, and also, to be fair, her cash-in really is crap. And I'll tell you why. The reason why her cash-in is actually crap is because they ruined the crowd. The crowd was already good, and then they added all that pumped-in crowd noise. And if you actually go back and watch, you can see it and hear it. It is pathetic. And just the amount of false finishes. Like, why would you do that then? Not false finishes, sorry, the false attempts to cash in. She should have done it at the Royal Rumble. Wasted. Good for her though. She's won the match. Good for her. But wrong place for me, wrong time. Me neither. I didn't feel excited by it. Like, I watched it back, because obviously I didn't watch it live. I watched it back and I was disappointed. I also seen people use it as a... One thing I didn't like as well is I saw a lot of people using it as the racial agenda after she won the title, saying now that Tiffany Stratton has won the women's title, keep it away from black talent. And I was like, what? Why? Like, it fucking disgusts me when folk do that. And I found a few tweets for it which do actually say that. It just makes me so disgusted by these so-called wrestling fans. Like, these aren't the right kind. They're all pathetic. Ooh, I just made it. Oh, they're definitely not. That'd be like someone saying the same at an AEW show, saying keep the title away from Swerve because he's black. No, don't. Like, you keep talent away from it if they're not good, not because of their skin colour. And I'm sorry, but Bianca Belair's a better wrestler and a better champion than Liv Morgan ever will be. They should keep Liv Morgan away from titles. Finally, we're back in it. Oh. They would immediately jump back saying, quick, put the title back on Vader. Or put the title on Rick Rude fast, or put the title on Sting. Even though Sting, to be fair, at the time was a good world champ and a good US champ. Like, it's just a shame. To be fair, that's probably why Vince took the title of Kofi Kingston, to be fair. And it's absolutely why he done that at WrestleMania 19. The echo chamber is filled with disgusting little parasites. There we go. Now the pile driver should get me close. Nope, never mind, the bastards ruined it. Come on, Rick. How he never won the WWE title, I'll never know. Like, he's one of them. Rick Rude, Roddy Piper, Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase, British Bulldog, Owen Hart. They all should have held it. You had guys like Sergeant Slaughter who won it. Disgusting. That's actually, funnily enough, a coincidence about Wrestle Kingdom. Like, Wrestle Kingdom's got the example of why would you give Hiroki Goto the win in the Kidango Battle Royal match, or the Gauntlet match. Why did he get the win? Oh, Warrior, you're a disgrace. Oh, huge misses. To be fair, I've already done this match before. I've already done it on normal difficulty. I'm doing all these matches on the hardest difficulty now. Celebrations are good.
Warrior wasted no time.
Oh, his movie's good. Better than Hogan's. Right, when did Warrior ever do a spine buster? Even though it's the 1980s and the 1990s, he never did one. That's the only thing I don't like about these games, is some of the unrealistic moves. It just doesn't match up right. But speaking of which, I am going to next week, because obviously I'm reviewing Wrestle Dynasty tomorrow. Next week I'm going to start doing a old pay-per-views review type series. And I'm just going to do maybe one a week. I don't know what anyone thinks about that, but that's what I'm going to try and do. And if anyone's got any recommendations, by all means, let me know what you'd like, because I'm going to just do more of them. I'm going to do New Japan, WWE, TNA, AEW, NOAH, NWA, like any company, I'm going to be doing those. Watch them, review them, and just sit live on here and just talk about them and just reimagine what it was like. Just have that fun. But one thing that absolutely will be for sure, I will not be doing any that involves Roman fucking Reigns. I'll probably re-reviewing Wrestle Dynasty after the football. It's probably the better time to do it. Oh, they both suck, man. I cannot stand the two of them. Every promo, every match, every segment that involves those two. I just wish I was blind. They suck. And I generally don't care who that offends. Probably a lot of people that might offend, to be fair, but I'm not bothered. Like, I just don't think either or is good for going forward to having a promotion, especially if it's going to be main event scene. Yeah, I To be honest, I think Becky Lynch will return on Raw, and she'll help Liv Morgan. She'll cost Rhea Ripley the title, and that'll be your women's match for Mania. Like I actually think that is likely to happen. And I think Charlotte will take the title from Stratton. She will not put her over. She'll beat her. Like I'm extremely confident, put it that way. There's a few other matches at particularly WrestleMania I think that's gonna happen, and I'm not sure if maybe they should or not. As am I. I'm inclined to think that Nemeth will retain, but I think Kazarian will use that world title shot. And I think either Copeland or Darby Allin's going to win the title and then Christian's going to take it from them. It just looks like it's going to happen. As Sergeant Slaughter once called him. Oh, he kicked out. You bastard. I was going to say ultimate puke. You're going to lose. That's what I put on Twitter, funnily enough, that I think Copeland will win it and then Christian will cash in, and I think then Darby Allin will go after it, but there's still a chance that Darby Allin might still beat Moxley as well. You still got Jay White as well. There's a good number of choices. They just need to make sure they get it right, and same way that the $3.6 million a week they're making from Max, put that to really good use. Obviously I'm happy for TNA as well, they're on new networks as well, so that's all that matters. Yeah, so do I. He doesn't need to win off of Moxley, but if he does, then it's an ultimate babyface moment. Like, it would be an ultimate babyface moment if he was the one that did do it. But Copeland doing it would be just as great. But it'd be nice if Darby does do it. If Darby does it, then Christian takes the title from him. The stories are there though. Like, they're quite evident. The stories are there. Whether people believe it or not. And I do think this year you'll see AJ Styles back in a TNA ring, Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. I'll finish up this one, then I'll get out here because I want to make sure I'm rested for. Oh, is that the right one? That better be. Ooh, they've not done it right. Okay. Yeah, those were the great days. I did hit him with it. Stupid game. Those were days. I'm actually going to recap some old TNA stuff as well on the channel. I'm going to do some stuff like that. So, because on TNA Plus, all the episodes are on there now. So I'm actually going to go back and watch some 2007. Some from 2007 as well. So I'm going to go and do that. But to everyone that's watched, thank you. This has been Wrestle Kingdom Review Show Part 2. I'll see you for the Wrestle Dynasty review tomorrow and much more.